You forgot a lot of the words there, Andy. You sang one of the lines a few times.
I kind of learnt it inside out, and then it's kind of unravelled in my head somehow. I don't know how. My brain has seemed to have fried itself this week. There's a short circuit somewhere.
Andy forgetting his words maybe endeared him to the public. He can't do that again. The second week of that would be unforgivable.
I would love to win. I would really love to, but the very fact that it is a competition is what makes me really nervous.
Yay! Andy is performing Largo Al Factotum. Andy has a lot of notes and words that he will have to put together very fast.
Bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo, fortunatissimo per verità.
Well, I thought the second aria was busy enough, and now the third one is even more hectic. I think it's kind of do or die, this one. It's kind of like brain workout. It's much harder than doing a crossword.
When I had to learn Greek songs, for example, or a Russian opera by Tchaikovsky, you repeat and repeat and repeat. And I think this is what Andy needs to do.
And again. This is a killer piece.
It wears you out,
I
doesn't
feel
it?
for you. It's a tongue twister.
I don't think my mind is that agile in comparison to some of the younger ones.
Okay, a lot of work to do there.
Loads of work to do, yeah.
Oh, I was worried when I saw Andy today.
You know, I need to know it off by heart, because if I haven't learnt it, it's going to go wrong.
So I need you to go away and literally just keep saying it in the time. So literally, Largo Al Factotum della città. So when you're cleaning your teeth, I want you to be thinking it.
Okay.
When you're doing whatever, I want you to be thinking about it.
Largo Factotum della città. Largo. Presto a bottega. If I can nail Figaro, which is really, really hard. That's not right. Largo. I mean, I hope, you know, I might get at least half a chukker.
He's the multi-talented barber of Seville, but can he cope with this terribly tongue-twisting tune? It's Andy Bell.
Largo Factotum della città, largo. La 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 la. Presto bottega che ce la beva, presto. La 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 la. Ah, che bel vivere, che bel piacere, che bel piacere. Per un barbiere di qualità, di qualità. Ah, bravo Figaro, bravo, bravissimo, bravo. La 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 la. Fortunatissimo per verità, bravo. La 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 la. Fortunatissimo per verità, fortunatissimo per verità. La 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 la. Ah, bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo, ah, bravo Figaro, bravo bravissimo. A te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna non mancherà. La 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 la. A te fortuna, a te fortuna, a te fortuna non mancherà. Sono il factotum della città, sono il factotum della città, della città, della città, della città.
You pulled it together there. Happy?
I'm happy that I got through it all in one piece. Yeah.
Just relief then. Do you feel like you got a chance to perform it?
Towards the end I did, when I kind of calmed down a bit. Halfway through, I think.
OK, right. Do you know what? Let's find out what the panel thought. We're going to go to Simon first.
Well done. I mean, it's a nightmare, this aria. It's incredibly hard. It's one of the hardest patter songs in the whole business. But
I have to say, it didn't look as if you were enjoying yourself very much. And the whole point about Figaro is he thinks he's the best. He just says, I'm fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. It didn't look as if you were saying that. But still, well done, Andy, because it's really difficult.
Catherine, did you think he was fabulous?
Andy, I love you and I love your voice. Every week we have to sort of up the ante a little bit and give harder songs. And I feel like this week, this song you kind of met your match with this song, really. I don't feel like you were able to really sing it because you just had so much to think about. You were worrying about the words, you weren't together with the orchestra, you missed the entries, you were out of time, and as a result, you couldn't focus on making a lovely sound all the time. So I just don't feel like this was the right for you. Sorry. I do love you, though.
Totally sounds like it, okay? Vanessa.
Well, you know, you're only as good as your last note, and the last note was a great note. So that's what matters. But, you know, yeah, you got totally lost at one point. But, you know, the thing about music and sports, you can't be perfect from A to B. You know, it's all about recovery. And you recovered, and you got everybody clapping along, and I think that's, you know, much more impressive to be able to recover because you haven't had years of training or even weeks of training really to memorize the notes. There's nothing creative about memory. You just have to put in the time. So I think all in all you did a good job.
Thank you very much.
Rolando.
You know, I think I must agree with Catherine because this is a competition. And I think, yes, you got all the words. You got one musical entrance wrong, but you lost the interpretation, you lost the color of the voice, the position of the voice, because you are so concentrated in getting the right words, the right rhythm, that you lose completely the interpretation of the aria. And opera is about, you know, giving interpretation, bringing a character into life, and we couldn't see that because you were so focused on trying to get the right words, and that is not the most important thing. Words should be automatic, so I agree with Catherine, and even though it's true, the last note had kind of the color we've been working, it's just one note, and this is about a whole area. The other singers are doing the same thing. They have the same amount of time to prepare things. So this was, you know, unfortunately, as an interpretation, not the best.
Wow, you've got them all fired up. Thank you very much, panel. Well, Andy's barber isn't interested in any close shaves. He wants to be certain of a place in next week's semi-final. It's down to you, though. Vote for him when lines open after all 5 pop stars have performed. Ladies and gentlemen, Andy Bell.